Hi and welcome to this week's review show special. And it is a special.
It is a special.
You're here and not Harry.
That's not why it's special.
Well, it's special to me. But it's a special because we are concentrating this episode on larger playing effects.
Yeah, because so many people want to get into stage and parlour.
Yeah.
And from sort of this year on, we've been focusing on a lot of these stage tricks. We've got some great ones coming out next year, which we won't talk about yet as well. But these are a great way to step up from a close-up performer into parlour and then stage.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the great thing about all these routines is we talk about, and you hear it all the time, this pack small, plays big type of routine. Now, whether you perform close-up magic at the moment, or stage magic, or parlour magic, this stuff is great, because if you perform close-up, there are times, and there's a lot of times, where you'll be doing a wedding, or doing a birthday, or something like that, and they ask you, oh, could you do something to the whole room? Or even if they don't ask, I was always told, and I always tried to do it, was before I left a gig to do one effect for the whole room. Now, not every situation you're in is going to allow that. If people are, if the disco started and things like that, you're not going to get people sitting down. But if you're doing a wedding or you're doing a birthday party or something like that, you can usually get people to sit down and watch. Now, all three of these effects are small enough that, some of them will fit in your case, but they will play to an entire room.
Yeah, I actually have this one in here.
Yeah.
So I have both of these with me, and if I do a close-up gig, I'll always put them in the boot of my car, just in case. But I'll also use them as upsells.
Yeah.
So if we're coming into the Christmas season as we're filming this, a couple of the gigs that I've got, I've said, well, I can do something for the whole room if you want me to.
Yeah.
And it'll be this much more, and pretty much all of them, bar maybe one or two, have said yes straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great using it as an upsell, especially when you, exactly what you said, or you turn around and go, look, usually if people hire me for 20 minutes or whatever, it's this much. I'm going to be there anyway. I'll tell you what, I'll do a little 15-minute set for you, but I'll only charge you this. It's an extra sort of £100, £200 for 15 minutes work. You're going to do one trick. Okay, let's kick off with this, and let's start off with colour psychology. Right, so let me give you a little bit of history about this. So a couple of years ago, Adam Wilber got in contact and said he had created an effect and he would like me to take a look at it, to see if I had any routines that I could add to it. And he sent me it, and I must admit, from the moment I saw it, I fell in love with it. Now, it is the routine itself, the way it plays out is similar to a routine that I've loved for many years called Technicolor Prediction.
Yeah, great trick.
But what Adam's done is he's modernised it. I think, the method's been changed, and I think it's simpler now, more direct, and most importantly, he's added the fourth person. Colour psychology was always three people. This is, Technicolor Prediction was three people. This is four people, and it works like a dream. So I said to him, look, I love it, I would love to stock it. And he said, well, we're not really wholesaling it, but we came up with an agreement, and we were the only company in the world that Adam Wilber allowed to wholesale this product. And then earlier this year, I believe, I got a call from Adam's business partner, and he said, look, we're wrapping up the company. Would you like to buy the rights to colour psychology? And I jumped at the chance. I literally jumped at the chance. I think it's a phenomenal routine. This really does, for me, it's got everything. It's colourful, it's visual, you could perform it close up, you could perform it mix and mingle if you wanted to. Parlour, it will work on stage, it gets people involved, it's got the comedy moments, and it's got a killer ending to it. So shall we take a look at a full performance. So this is Adam Wilber doing a full performance. This was from the original Colour Psychology trailer. Let's take a look at it now.
All right, now when I was 9 years old, my mother told me, hey, you're going to the doctor. I got super nervous because as a 9-year-old, nobody wants to go get a shot. I said, Mom, I'm scared. I don't want to get a shot. She said, no, it's not that kind of doctor. It's an optometrist. So what the heck is that? They're gonna check your eyes. Cool, go to the optometrist, have my appointment, passed with flying colors, and actually 20/20, right? I said, well, what does that mean? He said, you can see perfectly. One caveat, you're pretty severely colorblind. I looked at him and went, well, that came out of the purple. All right. But this is all very true. I am severely colorblind. I got told that at 9 years old, and I didn't think anything of it, because at 9 years old, it hadn't affected me, so why would it start today? And then he said, there's only one thing that will affect you later in life. You can't legally be a helicopter pilot if you're colorblind. They use color-coded switches. If it's documented that you're colorblind, you could never get a helicopter pilot's license. Now, at 9 years old, I'd never wanted to fly a helicopter until that very conversation. And then that's all I wanted to do. But unfortunately, I did not get my helicopter pilot's license. But what I did do was invent a trick based off of color just to stick it to my optometrist. And that's this trick. Now, as I was researching and developing this trick, I found a lot of really cool things out about color. It's got a lot of psychological cues built into us as humans that we can't do anything about. It's not things that we're taught, it's things that are inherent. For instance, fast food restaurants almost always use red. Red makes us hungry. If you go to a birthing ward where women give birth, it's almost always light blue on the walls because that's a calming color. Yellow, caution. Green is known to inspire creative thinking and problem solving. These are things that are built into us as humans. What that means is if I know a little bit about somebody, I'll know exactly what color they're going to pick. I'll show you what I mean. What I have are four wallets. Now, some people say, hey, if you're colorblind, how can you tell that one's green and that one's blue, right? Now, I kid. I can clearly see it's red, green, blue, and yellow, but it's the shades that I have issues with, right? Now, what these are 4 colored wallets. Each wallet has a corresponding slip of paper that matches the color of the wallet. Let's have some fun. Hey, sir, what's your name?
Matt.
Matt? Nice to meet you, Matt. Are you having a good time?
Great time.
Awesome. Are you local to the Chicago area?
We are.
Born and raised?
No.
Okay, where are you from originally?
Iowa.
Okay. And what do you get excited about? Not work, not like what do you wake up and sort of go, hey, I have the free day today. I want to do this. What would that be for you, Matt?
Fantasy baseball.
Baseball.
Okay, cool. This is going to work beautifully. Hey, Matt, don't let me influence you just by telling you the coolest and smartest people in the world start with yellow. That means nothing. If you had a free choice of these 4 colors, which color would you pick?
Blue.
Blue? Just like we rehearsed, buddy. Pull the blue slip of paper, just the slip of paper. Don't read it yet. We'll get to that at the end here. Hi, ma'am. What's your name?
Courtney.
Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Good.
Courtney, where are you from?
Schaumburg.
Is that in Illinois?
Chicago suburbs.
Okay, cool. I'm from New Hampshire, so we have a very small little... Any New Englanders in the house? Yeah, that's usually how it goes. And what do you get excited about? What are you passionate about in life?
My son.
Oh, awesome. How old is he?
2.
2? Very cool. What's his name?
Caden.
Caden. Beautiful name. This is going to work great. I have green, red, and yellow. Which one would you like?
Green.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm going to give you the green slip of paper. Pull the slip out. We'll read that in just a minute. Here we go. We got another one down the line. Let's see. Hey, sir, in the back there. How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Alan.
Hey, Alan. Nice to meet you. I'm still Adam. Pleasure. Alan, I have 2 colors left. I have red and I have yellow. I don't want to influence you, but just to make sure this is going to work, I have to ask one question. Favorite number? If you had to pick one that was a 2-digit number, what would that be?
24.
Perfect. Red or yellow? Red? Yes. Could you take the, excuse my reach, you guys, take the red slip and hand it back to my friend Alan? That would be perfect. So far, so what, right? Nothing's happened. We've just had some colors named. You guys picked some, you left me with yellow. Now, I'm not ignorant to the fact that it might be a little bit hard to trust a magician, so what we're gonna do is you look trustworthy, especially with your arms nice and crossed. Would you hold my yellow slip? What's your name? Jeff, thank you for helping out. So here we go. I need you guys to confirm this, the people that helped me. I didn't set this up with you out there and say, hey, you name this color, you name this color. What color? You freely chose blue, you freely chose green, you freely chose red. Yeah? Here's where it gets good. All of you unfold your piece of paper, And sir, we'll start with you, the one that picked blue. What does your slip of paper say in a nice, loud, clear voice?
I will pick blue.
What does yours say?
Green.
Green, what does yours say?
I will pick red.
That's 3 for 3, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Find out where my sober people are here. I get it. Some people going, hey, honey, am I fooled? Did he trick me? I understand. See, the problem is this. You haven't seen the best part of the trick. It's my favorite part of the trick. It's the end of the trick. You guys freely chose some colors. I asked a few questions, got a good read on you, and you decided to leave me with one color, and that was yellow. I gave you the yellow slip of paper. If you could open that out, read the first line in a nice, loud, clear voice.
The man will pick blue.
Blue. Next line.
The woman will pick green.
Green. Next line.
The person with the glasses will pick red.
Red. Leaving me with?
I will be left with the yellow.
Yeah! 4 for 4, baby. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Alan, if you could pass that down, I have another show in about a month, and I'd love to do this trick again. So, perfect. If only my optometrist could be here now, right?
Right, so that was it. That's the routine in its entirety, and it's so strong.
It's superb, yeah. Seeing the original trailer of him in the where was it? Was the place?
This
Was it
is
Chicago
the
Magic Lounge?
Yeah, Chicago Magic Lounge. I
Seeing
think,
him
yeah.
in there and seeing the whole audience, it's great. And this is something earlier on you mentioned about having it in your case. I have a restaurant residency. This will do it at tables.
Yeah,
so if you get the right table with the right people, it's just the perfect thing to get everyone's attention. Everyone is instantly in on you when you have those wallets out.
Yeah, and the other thing, if you are a magician that does weddings all the time, the predictions in here are totally customizable. So if you have, you know, the groom will pick X, the bride will pick X, and the best man will pick X. So you can interchange this. I know Andy Nyman performs this, and he tries to personalize the predictions every time he performs it. And a lot of people do. I think the predictions, so this comes ready to go. So it's ready with what you've seen on the video. But also, we've got a PDF of bonus routines that we supply with this now. And you've got a routine by myself, which is based on Mark Spellman's fantastic prize draw routine. You've got a brilliant routine of Wayne Goodman's, where he performs it at family shows. And you've got a great idea in the PDF from Andy Nyman as well, which is a tweak in the scripting, which I think adds a lot to it. But it's one of those effects that you will literally be doing 10 minutes after you open the box. It's so simple.
But that's because another thing that Adam put in that the original didn't. In the original version, you would have to keep track of things, and this has a lovely subtle thing built in which allows you when you're performing not to even think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because everything's in front of you, if that makes sense, without giving anything away.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about anything. It just sort of works on its own. And the way it's structured as well, you may have to think you have to keep track of stuff. You don't. It's all inbuilt.
Yeah.
It's such a clever system.
Yeah, it's really, and it's such a simple system. That's the thing. It's so, when I saw it, when he first sent me mine, I just couldn't believe how simple it was. I just thought, this is clever thinking.
So who is it best for?
Personally, I think anyone can technically do this. There's no sleight of hand.
No.
When it comes to presentation experience, you don't really need a lot because it's built in. It's the comedy's built in, everything's built in. You've only got to get them to choose a wallet. Now, bearing in mind, there's zero forcing going on.
Yeah, no.
They can choose whatever they want, and it's always going to work. So I think if it's someone that performs casually and they like to perform to family, I think it's a great one, especially if you personalise it. You know, Kerry will pick this, John will pick that, and so will have this, leaving me that. So I think if you're a casual performer, it's great. If you're a close-up worker, I would say close-up is most probably the least. I think close-up, it works really well, but if I had to pick one that I would go, Well, out of these three, this is the one I say is least.
Yeah.
It would be close up. Parlour is killer, any sort of stand up or stage. But close up, it does work. And like you said, you do it round tables.
But I always do it when there's a larger group. So literally a few days ago when I was at the restaurant, we had a birthday group in. I'd done one set for them. They asked me to go back. So this is what I brought. I took it out of my case. I went straight back and it was perfect for that table as well. Yeah. They loved it as well.
Yeah, and you just made a good point there as well, is that going back. Now, I've done gigs before, and I think I've mentioned this, where I was booked to do 2 hours in a restaurant. You turn up, the restaurant's been booked by one family on a table, one big table of 16 people. And this is the type of thing I would have loved to have had in my case.
Yeah, 100%.
Because this gets me a good 6 minutes or 7 minutes.
It depends how much byplay they give you as well, because they fill in their own lines and they tend to laugh at the predictions when they come around the table. And it's great.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So this truly does get my highest recommendation, and it gets that because I personally love it. I personally use it. It's in my close-up case. I've got one in my stage case as well. And I can't say without bigging it up too much, because I can't big it up enough. I think this is one of the best opening routines I've seen in a long time. It gets a lot of people involved. It plays big. It packs small. It's colourful. It's easy to see, easy to understand. So that is Colour Psychology by Adam Wilber, and these are in stock now. Right, so the next trick we're going to talk about today is one of yours.
It is, yeah. The first stage piece I put together, really.
Yeah, and it's great. This is one of Harry's favourite things to perform in a stand-up situation is Bane. So give us a little bit of background on it, and then we'll watch the trailer.
So the original concept was all the way back. It was just before the pandemic. That's when I started thinking about it. I actually read in another book. I can't remember what book it was. But they had this idea with poison where they have to take a drink of something. I love the concept of someone being poisoned because it's very karasuke, which I love as well. And then the method that they had required you to take certain things that were prepared in certain ways, which didn't feel practical to me. And also it was very dependent on how the spectator was doing stuff and just not good. So then I was thinking about a really old Bob Cassidy idea, and then it sort of developed into this. When I first started doing it, I actually did it with shot glasses and cherries, which didn't work for this method. I don't know why I came up with that. And then I just carried on developing it, and I started doing it at gigs, and I did it at school shows and stuff like that. And then it just ended up being this. When I approached you guys, you were like, yeah, I think we can probably turn it. Yeah. And then you got the case, which was perfect because I keep mine in this case now. Yeah. I didn't before. I had it in like a drawstring velvet bag when I first started doing it. But this is much better. And then, of course, I keep my Colour Psychology wallets in this part here. Yeah. And then I've got everything ready to go. It's like a 20-minute set, all ready to go. And
this is another one that's very clever because the comedy's built in. Yeah. You don't have to do anything. You just go on there, do your presentation, and they're going to get you to laugh. Mm-hmm. You know, and they always do it as well. So that was, I think, the thing that I love most about this is the presentation. Yeah. I think that's what people will like about this. The idea of having somebody die on stage was that really, it sounds quite dark at first, but it's the funniest thing. And I've legitimately done this everywhere that you can think of. I've done this in parlour, I've done this in living rooms, I've done this at the Magic Circle, which I think the trailer was the Magic Circle shows. More than a few times. And magicians always love this because they love the audience like dying on stage. And you could have the most sort of, not boring is probably the meanest way of putting it, but that audience member who is like giving you nothing, get them up on stage and they will give you the best death. Yeah. They are so funny. Even if they're shy and everything else, it's still funny.
It's really funny. They'll always do something though,
Yeah.
even if they just like cough and put their head to the side.
Yeah.
They'll always play up.
Yeah, 100%. So let's take a look at the trailer for Bane, and then we'll speak a little bit more about it.
Every performer is looking for that show-stopping, pack small, plays big routine that slots straight into their act and creates a lasting impression on their audience. Well, after 3 years of refinement and development, I'm excited to bring you Bane. I used to love Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes was my favourite until Alan Davies came out with a different character, a very Sherlock Holmes-esque character, and he was a magician who used to live in a windmill and he used to solve these incredible crimes. So someone is in a big room where there are no windows and there's only one door in and out, and someone's murdered with someone outside the door, and no one knows how that person was murdered because obviously there's no way in or out. One of you is about to die. Now, I know what you're thinking. When are we ever going to find ourselves in a locked room mystery? In a room without any windows and only one door in or... Oh, look. Perfect. Bane comes with its own gorgeous custom-made props and is housed in its own custom-designed carry case. Everything's ready to go out of the box, and it even looks spectacular set up on stage. In your head now, I want you to think about who you would kill out of all of these. It's like a really dodgy blind date. It's great. So, I want you to pick one of these people, and in a moment you're going to poison them. Now, when I was thinking about them, I was thinking, how would I potentially make a locked room mystery, right? And here's my thinking. It'd be really clever to poison someone, because you're nowhere near them, right? Now, an idiot would poison the drink they're drinking. Someone smart would allow the bartender to pour the drink, and you would poison something that goes in the drink. So, here in my pocket, I have the poison cherry. With built-in comedy, a thrilling hook, a fully fleshed out script, and a killer twist ending, Bane is the ultimate stand-up routine that takes the focus away from you and makes your audience the stars of the show. All I want you to do is to both say to me, I am dead. So, person number 3.
I am dead.
Number 4?
I am dead.
Number 4 was way too confident. I think that you are red cherry. I don't think that you are dead. Show everyone your red cherry. Red cherry? Perfect, excellent. Give him a round of applause. Take a seat. Now, if we've done this right, you're going to finish this off full circle. This crime is complete. Show everyone your gold cherry, good sir. Yes, excellent. The golden cherry. Thank you very much. Pop it on the table. If you're looking for a new routine that's ready to go out of the box and something that your audience will be talking about long after your performance, then look no further. Now, what I loved about Sherlock Holmes and what I loved about Alan Davies' version, the magician, is there was always a twist ending. And I love a twist ending. Because what would have been really clever is if you did poison someone's drink. But what would be cleverer is if you could convince someone else to kill on your behalf. Now, technically, if the police were to turn up now, I didn't kill anyone. I convinced you. You willfully went up there and got 4 people. You willfully went up there and then poisoned someone. I did nothing. I'm completely clean. You were the one that killed them. And although one did look dodgy, you still went for number 3. But what if I could prove that I really did convince you to go for person 3? That was the one that I wanted you to kill all along. What if I gave you a note at the very beginning, an alibi for me, in your hand? Read out what I wrote down as loud as you can for everyone.
I think you will poison victim number 3.
Excellent! Victim number 3, she did amazing. Thank you so much. Take a seat. My name is Jamie Daws, and this is Bane.
So that's it. That's Bane in all its glory. So, like we said, it's another one it's a bit of a no-brainer to perform. You don't have to really do much. They're going to provide the entertainment, which is great. You get the beautiful props. Now, it all comes, as Jamie said, in the case. So it's ready to go. It's all in there. You're ready to start performing. So who would you say this is best for?
So same thing. So if you're a close-up performer and you've always wanted to get into parlour or stage, this is the perfect thing to do. It looks great set up on the stage. So I've seen lots of Alakazam customers who already do this, and you see their stage setup. They take a photo of the stage, and you always see them, and they're unmistakable because when the lights are shining on them, they're intriguing, they're interesting, and what's also really nice is that people have an idea of what they are straight away. Of course, they know that they're cocktail shakers, but as soon as you mention the idea of poison, it completely changes the idea of what they are in the spectator's mind. So if you've always wanted to do parlour and you've wanted to sort of, upscale your act, this is the best thing for you. It's in the bag, self-working, you don't have to worry about anything. You can sort of customise it to your show as well. Harry actually did it for a police company, which was great.
Yeah, it was a policeman's 60th birthday or ex-policeman. It was in a little country house, a private party, and he did this, and they absolutely loved it. But like you said, an important point as well is it looks great on stage.
It does.
Like the props look great. It looks like you're doing... I know nowadays people are trying to be sort of quite minimalistic with stuff, but I feel if you're doing stage, you've got to have something interesting to look at as well. These little bits, and seeing that on the table. I think Harry, I don't know if he used it as a closer, but it was near the end, and they're just looking at this thing, wondering, what it's going to be used for. It's a great bit of kit. So obviously, anyone that does sort of stage mentalism, it is a mentalism piece. It's not a magic piece. It's a mentalism piece. So anyone that's looking at doing some stage or parlour mentalism, because the trailer, even though you've done it on stage, the trailer is at the Magic Circle, which I would class parlour. Like a small, not small audience. There's about 30, 40 people there, but you're not up on a stage and everything. So it is more like a party performance, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done it in living rooms before as well. So literally just get them up, put them on a table, and you're all set. But if you don't want to do the dying on stage, there are other ideas that you can go down, like the idea of a blind date. So having 4 gents up, you're all about to go out, you're going to have your first drink together. I want you to pick the one that you would go out on a date with, and you're going to drop your golden cherry in there. All you got to think about there, without getting too risque, cherries are involved. There's a couple of lines that
you're going to pop your cherry in there.
Yeah, there you go. And then you get them to, instead of dying on stage, you get them to give their best chat up line, a bit like Blind Date used to be in the UK. So there are loads of different ways that you can go down. It doesn't have to be a dark route. You can make it as light or as dark as you want. If you're going to do something bizarre, you can do a really dark version as well if you want to go down that avenue. It just has everything. It has the lovely twist ending as well, where you say, technically I didn't kill anyone. You did it. You're the one that did everything. So yeah, it's great for, parlour, living rooms, weddings, if you're going to do weddings and you want something to do to the whole group. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So that is Bane by the legendary Jamie Daws. So we could not have a stage show without talking about a chair test.
Yeah, chair tests are the best.
They really are. They get so many people involved. Once again, they're so visual up on stage as well. But this, once again, is something that if you were going to transition, or you're looking at transitioning from close-up to parlour or stuff like that, this is a set that could really help with that. Once again, it's a pack small, plays huge. Now, with auto chairs, so this was created by Nikolas Mavresis. It's a very simple method that gives you multiple reveals. Now, you can use chairs if you want, because everything is included in there. Obviously not the chairs, but we give you the straps, we give you the cards, the colour cards go on the back of the chairs, so you could turn up at any venue and set this up. But I'll be honest with you, I think most people are using it without the chair bit, just using it with the numbered envelopes.
Yeah, that's how I, earlier on this year, I had to do a school show, did it just got the kids to hold up the cards. It was so much better that way.
Yeah, and you just get them, because chair tests are great, but you do have to have the 4 or 5 chairs and everything else. And one of the reasons, if we go back to colour psychology for a moment, one of the reasons that Adam created it was because he said he always done a chair test, but he would turn up in venues, they wouldn't have the chairs, he didn't want to take chairs with him, obviously, so he wanted something that would give him the same feel, but without the chairs. Chair tests are such a powerful piece, and auto chair is exceptional because you can adapt it. We give you loads of stuff in there to adapt it.
It's absolutely packed with
and it's all
predictions
very high quality props as well. I mean, these cards are plastic. You've got the envelopes, which are untearable envelopes. They'll last you a lifetime or a good long time. You get the straps, you get the plastic cards for the back of the chairs. But there's so many different ways you can do this. So if you turned up at a wedding or you're at a party, you wouldn't even have to carry the straps and these. You just carry the envelopes, your reveals, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, you can just drop these on the floor with numbers on the back and you're ready to go. Let's take a look at the trailer for Auto Chair.
Hello, so I would like to explore the idea of intuition, of decision making. Do you ever get that thing where you just inherently go, trust your gut, you make a decision, and for some reason that one decision in that one moment allowed you to achieve something that felt impossible? You think to yourself, if I just hadn't have thought that one thing, then I wouldn't have done that. I want to explore that. I'm going to need a couple of you to help me with this. Hello, over there. Can you come on up for me? Nice to see you. Hi, how are you? Just take a little stand here. What's your name?
Lee.
Lee, nice to meet you, Lee. Lee, I'm going to ask you to make a decision, okay? I don't want you to say anything out loud, but I'm going to ask you, are you familiar with a deck of cards?
Yep.
Yeah, so you know that you've got ace through king, ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, and either of those can be a club, a heart, a spade, or a diamond. I'm going to ask you, just in your mind, to think of one of those playing cards. Have you got one in your mind?
Yep.
Good. Keep it in your mind. Here's where the decision making comes. Can you help me with this? Come on up. Take a stand right here for me, just on the number 2. Hello, Jesus! Okay. Hello, what's your name?
Jan.
Jan, nice to meet you, Jan. Okay, I'm just going to ask you to make a simple choice.
Okay.
The card that Lee is thinking of, is it red or is it black?
Red.
It's a red card. Good choice, yeah. Let's go with you here, coming up for me. Nice to see you. So, what's your name?
Leonie.
Leonie,
yes.
Lovely to meet you,
Hello.
Leonie. So, Leonie, Jan has decided that Lee is thinking of a red card. Is that red card a heart or a diamond?
It's a diamond.
That's your choice that you've made in this moment. It's a diamond, so he's thinking of a diamond. Okay, let's go with you. Do you mind coming up and helping me with this? Take a stand right here for me. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Shane.
Shane, nice to meet you, Shane. Shane, Jan has decided it's a red card. Leonie has decided that it's a diamond, right? Is this a high card or a low card?
High card.
It's a high diamond. Okay, lovely. And lastly, do you want to come up and help me with this? Lovely. Come and take a stand right here for me. Okay, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you, Alex. So, Jan decided it was a diamond, a red card. Leonie decided it was a diamond. Shane decided it was a high card. What do you want high to denote? What number and above?
8 and above.
8 and above. So it could be 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, or king. Do you want aces to be high or low?
Low.
Low, so it's not an ace.
Okay.
So do you want it to be 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, or king?
King.
So, after a series of choices that you all made, you, Lee, simply thought of a card. Jan, you decided it was a red card, a diamond, a high diamond, and that card would be the king of diamonds. Lee, after a series of choices, just yes or no, Was your card the King of Diamonds?
No.
Brilliant. Okay, that's... All right, well, that's gone well. So making choices is harder than it seems, apparently. Okay, so let's try something a little bit different. Seeing as you're all up here, we'll try and make a new set of choices that allow us to achieve something. So I have got some envelopes for you here. These envelopes, as you can see, are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can you just mix those up? You just mix those up. Now, in a moment, we're going to try something. Thank you so much. Lovely. You happy with those?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, in the order that you shuffled them into, I'm going to pass these out. So here's the thing. You did make choices, right? You chose to come here today. You chose to stand where you're standing. You chose to be here. You chose to shuffle those cards into that order, those cards into that order. We took them back and we handed them out exactly as you wanted. Now, anyone could have turned up today. But Lee, okay, we got your card wrong. What was your card?
The 5 of spades.
And that was your choice?
Yeah.
Can you just open the envelope that you've got there and show us what that says?
I'm thinking of the 5 of spades.
I'm thinking of the 5 of spades, okay. Can you open yours, Jan? And after you shuffled them, can you see what it says?
Always trust a man with a beard.
Always trust a man with a beard. Okay. Leonie, okay, representing for us. What does...
I am the only woman in
You're
the
the only woman. Okay, Shane, what have you got inside yours?
Glasses are sexy.
Glasses are sexy. Do not let anyone tell you differently. You shuffled these. You chose this. And lastly, Alex, can we see what you've got?
It's an arrow.
And can you show that to the... It's an arrow.
Arrow, yeah.
Pointing downwards.
Down, yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah, that's weird. It's an arrow pointing downwards to a question mark.
Yeah.
The universal symbol for what's going on. Can you pick up that envelope for me? And just open that. There's a piece of paper inside. I'm just going to take that from you. I'll get rid of this envelope. Okay. Your envelopes that you're holding, that you shuffled them into, can you just hold them up flat in front of you? I didn't influence you to shuffle the ones that you shuffled and the ones that you shuffled. They went out in the order that you gave them back to me, right? Yeah. 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. Today's order will be 4, 5, 1, 3, and 2, everybody. But see, here's the thing, right? You made the choices. You stood where you wanted to stand. You did what you wanted to do. You shuffled those envelopes because the envelopes now, they don't matter, right? Throw these away. You've left your card inside there. There you go. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But on the other side, you had some colours. There's a yellow, there's a blue, there's an orange, there's a green, and there's a red. And you've been standing above these numbers the whole time. But these numbers are envelopes that maybe do matter, because inside your one, there is a yellow card. Inside your one, Jan, you stood on top of a blue card. Inside your one, Leonie, you stood on top of orange card right there. Inside yours, Shane, you stood on top of the green card. And inside yours, Alex, you finished us off by standing on the red. Ladies and gentlemen, our brilliant decision makers. Take a bow. All right, you've had your moment.
Right, so that's auto chair. Jamie, who's it for?
I think pretty much what we've said beforehand. I think one thing that we've realised with all three of these tricks is, and what I love about all of them, but not because I'm lazy, I'm a little bit lazy, is that there's very minimal work and you get so much out of it. When we filmed this, so we filmed this very early on this year in a small theatre in London with Simon Lipkin, and I think it was when we watched Simon perform it, both of us just went, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Because you can get so much out of it. And when you think about someone like Darren Brown and you think about what's the big reveal end of show that we all love, it's a stand-up chair test. And you can just get so much mileage out of very little. In fact, a few days ago on the podcast on Desert Island Tricks, I spoke to a guest about the logic behind chair tests and the fact that logically it shouldn't work, but it really does. And each audience member just, their mind gets blown with each reveal. But you're not doing any more work.
No.
You're not doing any more work.
That's the clever thing, and it's, you know, going back to Darren, Enigma is probably the best ending of a show I think I've ever seen.
Hands down,
And but when you get your head round it, and you understand the method being employed, you still trip yourself up because you're going, but how did? Oh yeah, no, it has. But how did, and it does, and that's the same with this. I mean, the fact that if one bit works, it all realistically has to work. But Simon came to the shop a couple of months before we filmed this, and he was doing the Magic Circle Easter shows, right, which were happening at the Magic Circle. And he said, I need something big for the stage. And I said, look, we've got this product, it's not out yet. If you want, you can grab one. And, you know, if you like it, do it. And he took one and he rang me up and he said, I love it. And we've been closing the Magic Circle Easter shows with it. So we thought it was only right to get Simon in for the, for the actual trailer.
And he used Easter eggs, didn't he? Which shows how adaptable it is. So you don't have to use it verbatim from what's in here. Mix it in with loads of other things. If you've got a theme show, if you've got a Harry Potter show, mix it in with different ones. Or, you know, there's so many different ways that you can go with a chair test. And this is like a blank slate for your own performance
Once
piece.
you understand the method, and the great thing is the method is over on your part before the trick actually begins. That's the great thing. So before the trick really starts, your job's done. You're just now presenting, you know, nothing else to worry about. But inside here, we supply you with tons of different comical and serious reveals. But we also provide you with the blank cards with the colours on the back. So you can make your own and personalise them, whether you're doing a trade show, whether you're doing a product launch.
And you can write on them with dry erase marker as well, so you can do it when you're at the gig. If you find someone's name, you can personalise it there and then.
100%. So that is Auto Chair by Nikolas Mavresis.
Where's it good for? Anywhere.
Not close up.
With a larger group, I would say.
Parlour stage, we would say. But that when we're talking about parlour, we are also talking about if you're doing a wedding and they ask you to do one.
Perfect for a wedding. It'd be great for a wedding.
If you're doing a birthday party in a house, this is one of those things, once again, that you can just keep in your case, especially if you've got the Alakazam workers bag. All three of these would fit in there.
Quite all nicely. Day,
And that's a stage act right there. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. So we would say parlour or any large gathering, perfect for stage as well, not for close up, not for mix and mingle. Skill level, 0, really.
Beginner. In terms of presentation, that's all you're really doing. The method works on its own.
Yeah, it really does, and it's so clever. So that is Auto Chair. So that's it for this week's review show. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave us a comment down below, or if you'd like us to review something in particular, leave a comment down below. So this week, we took a look at 3 products. We've got the amazing Colour Psychology by Adam Wilber.
Bane by me, and Auto Chair by Nikolas Mavresis.
So 3 amazing effects for you to check out. And like we said, even if you are a close-up worker, if you've just started doing close-up, really look into getting yourself 1 or 2 routines that you can perform for the whole room. Because not only does it allow everyone to know the moment you're leaving, because you do the effects, you say, that's me, I'm Peter Nardi, I'm off now, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. Gets you a big round of applause, it gets your name in their mind once again. But also, as Jamie said, it is the perfect upsell. So if they're umming and ahhing about your price for the gig, you go, I tell you what, I usually charge £200-300 for this to do a little stand-up bit at the end, but I'll throw it in. So that will almost guarantee you the gig. And if you give them the price for the gig and they go, oh yeah, great, I weren't expecting it to be that low, you go, right, well, I could do an extra 15 minutes with a stand-up I usually charge. So, you know, there are different ways to do it and to really get these paying for themselves in no time. So that's it really for this week. But if you haven't done so already, go check out Alakazam Unlimited as well. If you love your magic, you are going to love Unlimited. And
we've got a stage section on there that you can go and check out.
Oh, yes, we
have.
have.
We've got the 12 Days of Christmas coming up as well, our Advent event.
And what's happening on that?
So, from the 14th, you're going to get a brand new video every single day. And what's great is we've actually put a virtual Advent calendar in there.
Right.
So if you click, I put it on the front wall now, so if you log into your account on Unlimited, you'll see a big banner, click on that and you'll see the doors of the Advent calendar. Every day a brand new one will go up for 12 days and there are some killer ones. We've got Adam Dadswell's got a brand new original in there.
Yeah.
We've got John Carey's got a new original in there. We've got Tom Peterson in there. We've got some killers. And then on Christmas Day, we've got the biggie, which is an entire, our first ever Alakazam Unlimited original lecture. So this is a pre-recorded lecture that we did earlier on this year with the wonderful in every way, we love him, Leo Schmetzers.
Yeah.
And in that lecture, he teaches one of my favourite tricks that I've seen him and Harry do, which is his memorised card trick. Yes. It's amazing. Yes. It's over an hour. It's about 1 hour and 10 long, that lecture.
And that's all included in the $4.99 monthly subscription.
It's mad, isn't it? He's crazy for doing it. I don't know
why. It weren't me, it was you and Harry.
Okay.
Don't blame me for that. Right, guys, that's it. We will see you next week on the Alakazam Review Show. Don't forget, if you're watching this Sunday morning, we have got a live launch tonight happening on Facebook and YouTube. And on Tuesday the 10th, which is if you're watching this Sunday, this coming Tuesday, we have got another live launch. So we've got 2 live launches. We're trying to do them early in December so we make sure you get the goods before Christmas Day so you've got some new magic to play with. So hopefully we will join you tonight on the live if you're watching it on Sunday.
See you there.
Yeah.